What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is Heart DFS, and today we have another NBA Slate breakdown for Draftkings. Before we get into it, I just want to say if you're new here, please hit that like button, subscribe. Do appreciate all the support. I also make content for NBA Prize Picks and other content as well for NFL, PGA, and NBA. So if you're new to the channel, definitely hit the like button, subscribe. Do appreciate all the support. Let's get into it. Also make sure to follow me on Twitter at HeartDFS, trying to get to 100 followers. Really trying to engage with you guys more there. You know, tweeting out my price pick plays, my core plays, which have been hitting pretty well the past 3 out of 4 days. And yeah, so just, trying to engage with you guys more. Really appreciate all the people who have followed me so far. Today we have a nice 3-game slate. I'd suggest going light. I've gone light the past week just because of how, wild it's been with just the injury news, people resting, teams getting blown out that shouldn't get blown out. It's super frustrating. It's making prize picks very, very annoying. But, I just suggest with 2 games left in the season just to go light. We have some news that coming out that might affect the whole slate, so we'll just have to keep an eye on that. But we have the Pelicans, Memphis. The Pelicans should be playing their starters the whole game. We shall see. But do really like CJ. His price came down to 8.2. He's been having some great games. Just been getting absolutely screwed on these blowouts. He probably could have gotten the 50s, if not 60s, for at least both of them. Because I know in the last one I had him. He didn't even play the rest of the third or fourth quarter. So really like CJ. Really like Brandon Ingram as well, 8,100. It does take away a little bit of CJ's ceiling, but really like both of their prices. J-Val has a really great price as well at 7,900. I'd prefer getting to CJ or Brandon Ingram, but don't mind any of those three. Jackson Hayes did get the start again last game. Did okay. I don't think he had to go there with everyone being back and healthy. And yeah, that really does it for me on this side. Just with Brandon Ingram back, everyone kind of goes back to their own little roles. Nothing too significant. I would just say look at the top 3 if Brandon Ingram's back. But if for some reason he doesn't play, then, obviously CJ is an amazing play. J-Val is a really good play. You could definitely take a shot on a guy like Hayes who will possibly get the start. Herb Jones will get some run. Maybe Jose Alvarado comes off the bench, plays about 15 to 20 minutes. Pretty good scorer. Point per minute person, I should say, does get a good amount of assists or steals when he's playing. Can get you assists as well. He is a pretty good shooter as well. So if he's hitting his shots, they don't mind throwing him in there for longer. Other than that, it really does it for me on that side. John Morant's 9.8. He is questionable. He may return to the starting lineup. I do think his minutes would possibly be limited. We'll have to see if they're not. Really like Ja in this matchup, but I'm pretty sure they'll limit his minutes just with 2 games left in the season. There's no reason to run him out there a full game, so keep an eye on that. Do like Desmond Bane. The minutes are down. This game kind of blew out versus Denver in the last half, so wasn't able to get there. 6,800 for his price, great price. Same with Jaren Jackson Jr. Don't mind him. I just think he's a little too low of a floor for me to play him. Tyus Jones, his price is just right, 6K, nothing too ecstatic there for me. Don't mind getting to Dylan Brooks if, Ja's out. 5,700 should play closer to 30 minutes if it's a close game. Scoring dependent, but sometimes can get you rebounds and assists. I think it's a little bit of an outlier for him to get 6 rebounds or 7 assists, but still can't get you that 5,700. Steven Adams is always a dart throw in a tournament if you want to play him and hope he has a huge game, but I just wouldn't force it. Do like Melton's price is down to 5-1 now. Pretty much been consistently getting you at least 30 fantasy points, so at 5-1, I don't mind it. I don't know if it's a tournament play, but if you want to go there, you can. Just really like Desmond Bane at the top for me. Golden State, we have Jordan Poole is listed as questionable. This is huge news because he's the guy with all the usage so far for Golden State. And as we can see, Klay Thompson is going to be out for this game due to injury management. So if Jordan Poole's out, then we're going to have to look to guys like Gary Payton, Moses Moody, who will start off the bench, maybe even Chris Chiozza. That'd be disgusting. But yeah, huge news. Keep an eye on the Jordan Poole because if he's out, Obviously, we're going to have to go to those lower salary guys if he's in. Really like him against the Spurs 8K. I'd say lock him in. Should be a fantastic play against the Spurs. Andrew Wiggins doesn't do it for me at 6'2". You can always take a shot on a guy like Draymond Green at 6K. Doesn't shoot the ball a ton, doesn't score well, but can get you that triple-double upside if he's hitting his boards and assists. Otto Porter will play today and will rest tomorrow. I think you could see closer to 30 minutes from him. He can get you that double-double upside, so I don't mind going to Otto for a tournament dart throw at 4.7. Decent play. Kuminga, I do like him at 4.6. Should see more minutes if they're resting these guys. Could get into the starting lineup. Not like a great shooter, but he's a great driver. We'll get some fouls, get free throws, get some boards. He's a good high energy guy, so I don't mind him at 4.6. Maybe Baliha, Namanha will play some more, but we'll have to see. Gary Payton will probably play closer to 20, if not 25 minutes. 3.7, I do like that as well. So we need to keep an eye on the news right now, just on Jordan Poole, because if he's in, we're going to want to play him and maybe one of these guys who hop into the starting lineup for Clay. Otherwise, if he's out, we're going to want to load up on some of the Golden State guys. So definitely follow me on Twitter to stay updated for my core. On the Spurs side, DeJounte is still out. Keldon Johnson is out. So is Poldo, just making sure. I know it says they're out, but I just want to check. And Vassell. So the whole starting lineup is essentially out. So that just leaves Trey Jones, 5,400. Once again, he's pretty much had like a floor of 30, but like a ceiling of like 40. But I just think one of these games, he's going to score well. He's going to get you the assist. He's going to get you some rebounds. So I don't mind him at 5.4 at all. This is going to be the best game to stack. Everyone's going to take place from here. So I do really like this game. Josh Richardson should see close to 30 minutes. Zach Collins should be firmly in play as well at 4,500. Great point per minute guy. Lonnie Walker will probably see close to 30, 35 minutes. Who else? Same with Joshua Primo. He's been struggling a little bit. He's kind of taken like the backseat when it comes to getting aggressive with the basketball. But with all these guys out, I do see Josh Primo having a great game. Landau might get some run. Jock, I don't know if you have to go there. We just got to wait on the starting lineup because maybe guys like Bates Diop or Romeo get thrown in there. So we'll have to see. But do really like Trey Jones, Collins, and I'd say Lonnie or Primo as of right now. Maybe even both. We'll have to see. Just wait on the news. Last game of the day, we have the Kings versus the Clippers. Two at the top still out. So it's Davion Mitchell, price is 7K. He's been, pretty bad the past 3 games. Still got you 41 fantasy points with only 15 real life points, but he got 17 assists. So he's been averaging 12 assists? Probably like 11 in the past 4 games, playing about 40 minutes. They said they were going to limit his minutes coming down these last few games. He played 40 minutes. I don't know how you're going to say you're going to limit a guy and play him more minutes than he's played in the past 3. So keep an eye on that, but I do think they'll probably play him at least 30, 35 minutes, and at that price of 7K, that looks great for Davion Mitchell. Damian Jones looks okay at 5'9". Can have a pretty big ceiling game. Had him against Houston. This is not the best spot against the Clippers, so I don't know if I'd go there at 5'9". Harrison Barnes, 5'6", just okay. DiVincenzo, you can take a shot on him. Not going to shoot the ball a ton, but could get you there if he's hitting his shots. Trey Lyles, same thing. Just don't really have to go to any of these guys. Just kind of prefer Davion Mitchell. Definitely keep an eye on the news just to see what they kind of do with this game. I don't know who else they'd play if Davion didn't play the whole game. I don't know if many of these guys are even on the team right now, so I think Davion just going to have to play the whole game. Once again, Paul George, really like Paul George in this spot. A lot of blowout risk in this game, but with how the NBA has been the past week, maybe the Kings will blow out the Clippers. That's just how it's been. It's been absolutely wild, very annoying, but do like Paul George at 9.3. Maybe there's a risk that, some of these guys get rested in this spot. Who knows? Definitely, as I keep saying, this last week, you got to keep the eye on the news because it's the key to the slate, keeping your eye on the news, seeing who's ruled in, who's ruled out, because otherwise you're just going to get screwed and your lineup's not going to be optimal at all. So you have to watch the news. And that's what I'll say after every game, every slate this last week. Paul George, 11.93. Reggie Jackson, do like him at 6'1". Should shoot the ball a good amount. Phoenix, tough game, tough team. Didn't play well, but obviously we're playing the Kings now, so that's a lot different. Norman Powell, really like him. Came back from an injury, shot the ball really well. He's a great volume, high scorer. Can do 2 rebounds and assists. He's a little bit scoring dependent, but I do think we can probably expect 25 minutes from him again, just to get him back into shape before the playoffs. So I do like Powell at 5'3". Covington, 5'2", doesn't really do it for me with everyone back. Isaiah Hartenstein, I always say he's a great point per minute guy. Really likes to get boards, rebounds, and assists. And we'll probably play 25 minutes, if not more, if this game blows out. So do I like him a good amount. Kennard, 5'1", no. Zubac, 5K, no. I'd rather get to Hartenstein. Morris is really fallen off. Had 2 good games, but then before that he's been terrible. After that he's been terrible. Don't think he should go there. Terrence Mann. They just have a lot of people they're throwing in the rotation right now. I don't think it should go to anyone. It's pretty much all the usage is going to Paul George, Jackson, and Powell. Don't think anyone else on this team should deserve a look unless people get ruled out or rested. So once again, definitely keep an eye on the news. Follow me on Twitter at HeartDFS. I'll keep you guys posted on my core plays, which have been fire the past 3 out of 4 days. Yesterday was a little unlucky. But yeah, I think it should be another slate of stars and scrubs. Really not a lot of stars thrown besides Paul George and the, Pelican guys. Otherwise, there's no one to really pay up for. So it should be a lot of unique lineups when it comes to kind of what route you want to go. And, if you're new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe, comment. Do appreciate all the support. And I'll see you guys in a little bit for NBA Prize Pick video. Peace.